Okay, so welcome back again on what lecture 7. Okay, still on what on the network diagram. That is what scheduling. Okay, as one of the cornerstones of what project management. In today's session, we will recap project time management processes and precedence network diagrams. Okay, yes. Please give me a minute. Let me send the video that what we just did to the platform. Sure is done. Okay. So lecture 7. Okay, so let's get on. All right, so on the what on the project time management processes. Okay, as we learned, I think last 2 days in the project scheduling. Okay, as one of the cornerstones of for project management. Okay, we learned that what the processes involves what creating what a work breakdown structure, defining activities, and then what you get what activity sequence. Okay, sequence of activities, and then you estimate what your activity resources, then you estimate your activity durations, and then develop what a schedule, and then what you control the schedule. As simple as that. Okay, creating what time management processes. Okay, for your what for your project. Okay, you have to create what a work breakdown structure. Okay, that is what a breakdown of your project. Okay, assigning what time, and then sometimes duration to it, and then you have to define activities. Okay, meaning what you have to give a well-defined what meaning to what each particular task, and then you have to sequence the activities. Okay, which one comes first, which one comes last, which one comes next. You have to estimate what activity resources, how much money is going into this, how much time is going into this, how many people do we need on a particular project, and then you have to estimate activity. There's the time, okay, and then we develop a schedule. Okay, the time that we have to set up everything, and then we have to control the schedule. Okay, just to avoid what having what creep, or to avoid what having what failure in the project. Okay, so network diagrams. The two main formats are the what activity and what precedence diagramming methods. Okay, we've looked at the activity diagram. This is also the what the precedence diagram. Two techniques of activity sequencing are true. That is the what activity diagram method, and then what precedence what diagram method. So when you hear activity diagram, it means that we are using the what the activity on arrow, or we are using what activity on node. This is activity on arrow. Okay, so when they ask you what are the two techniques of what activity sequencing, you'll be able to tell that we have what activity diagramming, and then we have what precedence what diagram method. Okay, so precedence diagram method more popular. It is what it is more popular than what activity diagram method. Okay, and it is used by what project management software. It is used by project management what software. Activities are represented by what by boxes. So just know activities are represented by what by boxes. Arrows shows relationship between what activities. Arrows show what relationships between what activities. It is better at what at showing what different types of dependencies. Okay, it is better at what at showing what different types of what of dependencies. Okay, so let's move on. Example. Okay, so please just take note. Okay, it is in what in boxes. Okay, so one of the box represents uh an activity. Okay, so like activity or node, it is written on it just like that. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so the arrow shows the direction. Okay, this arrow shows a relationship. okay, of the activities, okay. This is related to this, this. All right. So Microsoft Project Sample in the software, this is how it looks like. In the software, it looks exactly like this. But we will have a look at it on what? On pen and paper. Okay. So it says we should draw what? A precedence network diagram for the following. Precedence network what? Diagram for the what? For the following. Okay. Let's have a look. So this is what A. This is what A has no what predecessor. All right. A what precedes B, A precedes C, and then B precedes D, and then C precedes E, and then DE precedes F. Okay, I know you can do this. Okay. The only thing that I told you guys other time is that on the what on the precedence diagram. Okay, on the precedence diagram, it is what? It is a box like this. Okay, it is a box like this. With what? Two columns and then with three columns and one row. Okay, so this is what the activity name. So say A, we buy A, right? And then you put the duration. A said duration a day, a 5, right? So we put 5 here. Yes, that is the simple thing about what? About the precedence diagram. So all of them, that is how we do it. So a B, the same thing, C, the same thing, D, the same thing. Please, are we together?
Hello, Bra.
Yes, I'm right.
Hello, Kwame.
Yes, Brad Steven.
Yes, please. Good evening. Sorry, I just joined.
Good
Kindly
evening.
wrap up again and let me know how it started, please.
Okay, so we are doing what? Precedence diagram. One of the scheduling methods used in project management. Okay, we did the what activity diagram, but we on precedence diagram, and we say it's what precedence diagram is a diagram. Okay, it is in what in rows and columns. Okay, it is used to what represent what activities on a project. Okay, so let me just get back once again, right from here. Okay, it is yes. So just like the same thing, we are just trying to track the project and then know how well what we are coping with or how we are doing it. And then it is trying to say that same as the kind of say activity diagram, no, it's the same thing, just that. And no, it is not going to be in what in a circle, okay, and in a circle form. All right, it is going to be in a what? In a box. That is what? Rows and columns. And I'm going to say every what? Precedence diagram. Activity in also no. And we see, okay, what? Three columns and two rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, so we have six cells. 1 to 6 cells. Let's assume 6 cells. So the second one, no, I say the AD, no, say A na A, right? I say a duration. Always you put the duration here. Into share we so say A activity needing A. But duration near 5. Activity needing a B, duration near 4. Activity needing a C, duration near 5. This is a draw. That is how we are going to draw them. The same. So maybe here becomes B. Then we'll put the 4. I hope we are clear till this point.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the other portions, it is for something. So we'll come to that. You do what you do. I will let us know what we use the other cells for in the
Okay.
in the diagram. Okay,
Okay.
so that is how it looks like. Okay, so maybe we can put maybe a start right here. Put a start, maybe A will come here and then B follows. Okay, but let's look at what they did. It is simple. This is the most simplest of all. Okay, this is the most simplest of all. Just understand this. It's not difficult at all. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so A what started right here, right? It says what? A precedes B, meaning A must finish. So A finished at a time of what 5 seconds or 5 minutes or 5 hours or 5 hours, whatever. At a duration of 5 weeks, 5 weeks. So in the A we are B betimi aba. Say A we ya B intimi mba. So A finished before B took off. And then A must finish before C. In the A we no B ni C betimi asha. Duration of what? Of B is what is 4. Duration of C is 5. And then this one says that what? B precedes D. B B precedes what? D, which means that B ewie a answer na D betimi ahyɛ ase nti B wɛn B wie week 4 then D betimi ahyɛ ase. Wow, that's fine. That is correct. And then
Then I bring me so.
okay, I mean quick review. All right. You can say this is the question. This is the question. I see A has no predecessor, right? So A starts first. So A ni on the ononkwa jinankwa at the beginning of the whole thing. Okay, start right
So
here.
me about focus no will be on the precedence predecessor and activity no.
No, predecessor.
Okay.
Yes. So predecessor means that A precedes what? B means that what? A must complete or A must finish before B can what? Start. So here says A has no predecessor, meaning A stands alone. Okay, A stands alone. Okay, A stands alone. But if let's assume that A has no predecessor, B has no predecessor, then it means that we should get what? A start button. If you bet me draw is a start, and then we just what? Link them up to what? To A and B. Okay, like this. So do we have like this? Like a begin. Because this one's A has no predecessor, E has no predecessor, and then I has no predecessor. So meaning what? We can get what? A particular starting button somewhere. But at the moment there's only A, then meaning we can start alone right from here. Please, I hope it's clear from this one.
Yeah, it's clear.
Nti ɔse A wie ansa na B betumi ahyɛ aseɛ. Nti A wie wɔ 5 weeks. Ampa yɛadraw A wie. Ɛnea B betumi ahyɛ aseɛ then yɛadraw B. Right? Nti B no ɔse B ɛwɔ duration of order 4. Yɛadraw B wɔ ha. Wokɔ third one ɔse dɛn? A wie ansa na ebetumi ayɛ dɛn? Yɛde C aba. Ampala nso a A wie. Nti yɛde C nso ayɛ dɛn? Aba. Right? Nti A ne B. Nti B ne C no ɛsɛ A wie nti A wie nti B ne C yɛadraw ɔmo ato ase. Ɛna ɔsɛ dɛn B wie ansa na yɛde D aba right nti yɛnhwɛ B ewie yes B wɔ ha se nti D betumi aba so that is correct nti C wie ansa na yi bɛba nti C ewie yi nso aba that's correct okay and then D and E ɔsɛ D ne E ɛsɛ wɔn wie nti let's check are they in the diagram yes D and E are inside meaning what they've what they finished so meaning what F can start and you know this is like activity on node. This is a very simple diagram. We don't have dummy activities or anything. It's very simple. So at the moment, you just have to just be crossing. That's all what we are doing here. Please, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
But just
Yes.
only see so for the last time.
Okay. So for the last time, so you can say then predecessor and activity. Predecessor shall say then. As I say, no, a balance. I want to say ABR. Yeah, marathon, right? Maybe marathon, yeah, but baton, maybe 4x100 marathon, right? Oh, say if I could share or share, you know, or no, I'm fat, if you're not, I'm second one now. Second one, no, on to me because cry, you and do the crowd, would run a quack. Into a by the day, say, at the Adriane bre, say, Adriane bedrew, baby, B ne wana. Any B is betting yasha see if baby any way, right? So he says that A precedes what? A has no predecessor and the A dear or no or shall see. Obi any nechi. Or no or shall into no qua and a shall into no. Otherwise you draw it, meaning what? It has finished the duration. We duration, no. What you may draw the two of paper say that particular time on the we via or no yet. In the way we know, any other day, A we are. Betting yasha see B. Right nti A wie nti yɛbɛtumi draw B A asan nso awie nti yɛbɛtumi draw C right nti B ne C nso ɔmo awie the duration are exhausted because you've drawn them it is exhausted right so now also then B ne B wie a draw D and B is exhausted so we can bring D and then C is exhausted so we can bring what E after the also then it says D ne E nso wie a yɛbɛtumi draw F whereas D ne E ɛwɔ hɔ nko adeɛ and yeah, said they are done. So we can bring F. So we can just connect them. So D and F connects to what? To F. I hope it's
Right.
clear.
Right. Very
Yes.
clear.
Okay. So let's look at the next one. This is the most simplest, like precedence diagram, is the most simplest one. And that is what most of the time comes in the exams. It's the most simplest of the diagrams. Okay, so let's try our hands on this. I don't know if I can take this particular. Um, I don't know. Is it test? So meaning I can't. I can record Excel. Now can I we will Excel, but oh dear. Let me see. Let me see how best I can get this particular one. Copy this page. Okay, I'm in the Excel. Okay, I can't put it in Excel. Create PDF from selected page. I want to create an image from this particular selected page, not a PDF. But let me see. I'll be glad if I can get what an image from this particular page. Or can anybody take an image of it and then what put it in the what in the group so that I open it? Okay. Save. I will just save this as an image. Okay. Yes. So from here, put it as a new image. So yes, I think. Hey, and I'm saving as CIS file instead of what? Instead
Okay,
of
Sam, let me do that and send it to you.
okay. I think I've gotten it
What is
now.
it?
Yes. So excellent. Hey, I've closed. Okay. So just like this. Okay. I Excel. Can I do an insert? Let me bring it. This is next. New. Yes. Aha. Yeah. So draw a network for the situation below. Okay. Using a precedence diagram. So let's have a look at how we are going to do this. So A start alone. Okay. So we should be getting what? Three columns, right? Please just know that's what. There is three columns. Okay. Three columns, two rows. Okay. Three columns, two rows. So we just put them as a like a table. So we write A, and let me even make them all justify alignment here, and then um, and this is what 6 days or 6 weeks. Yes, and then A precedes what B. Okay, meaning A precedes B. Okay, I will get an arrow. So I'm far away in here. I'm far away. Embra, I see happy. Um, yes. So that I put maybe that one here, and then maybe B. Right now we are quite 8 weeks. Right. So I can get what the arrow symbol. So let me just aha. Let's assume in 7. Yes, it moves from here to here. And let me just draw another one to maybe right from here. So say A precedes C. Say there again. C. C has what? 5. Okay. And then I have to get the same thing. Alright. So please I believe this first phase is clear. This first phase is clear.
Clear, sir, clear.
Yes.
Yes.
And you'll say B precedes D, meaning B precedes D. So the be copy, right? Into I mean empha. Okay. So did you say? Yeah, it has to be D and duration. 12. Yes. And I'll say CD. CD. Okay. CD precedes E. Okay. In the C and a D, right? They have to what? To meet something at a particular point. And what I will do is that what I have to just make this particular way. Maybe if an embrace, maybe somewhere here. Okay. Just to make the so then you're calling right. Let me just bring this one right here. I have to what push this particular. Okay. Um this one, yes. This is E. E has the 14. So this one and this one here. Okay, yes. And the D precedes F. So D precedes F. D biome. D precedes F. Yes. And then E F precedes what? Jane. E F. Okay. So these guys are also having what? Somebody right here. Jane. So just like that. Yes. So this is how the diagram will look like. Not drawn to scale. Okay. So this is how it is absolutely going to look like. Okay. Please, I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. This is just like our activity or note. It's the same thing that we are doing. Just that they're just using the boxes represent them. So that is the same thing that what we are doing. It's the same thing that what we are doing. Please, I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
clear.
they're clear.
Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so this is what they is it this one? I mean, should I be? It's not this. It's not this. It's not this. Okay, this is not this. This is the first one with it. Okay, this was the first one. Okay, because look at A. The duration of A is what? So how into say yeah, this one. He didn't solve this one. Yes, he didn't solve this one. Okay, but the other the solution with it. Okay,
Which one?
he didn't do this. This is not solved in the slides. That is what we did in our Excel. That is what we've done in the Excel. Okay. So this is just what a particular one. This is A has a duration of 5. This has a duration of 6. This is not this. And then this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is not this. This is not. And then it is not. Let me see. A has a duration of what? Of 5. Yes, let me see. So it is this. This one, the diagram, the same diagram, this diagram for this question is what they've done just here. But they just want to just explain something. Okay, please, I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear.
Oui,
Yes,
c'est
it's
clair.
clear.
Yes. So let's have a look at what these guys are trying to explain to us. It says what? In the diagram, okay? In the diagram or in the what? In the box, we have what we call the what? The earliest that we have what? Uh, earliest finish. Okay. We have also the what? Uh, latest start, and then we have what? Latest finish. Okay. But let's look at, let's understand, please. This is the what? The most critical part I want you guys to understand. Because your exams are, that is the holy trick he wants from the question. We have what we call the what? Earliest start, earliest finish. Okay, so the earliest start is the what? Like which one started early? Okay, earliest finish, which ones finished what early? Why in the shas in term? Why in the in term? Right? But it says what? We have what? Forward pass. Okay, forward pass. Meaning what? We are moving in the what? In the forward what direction. But please pay attention, it's a calculation. Okay, very simple. It's very, very, very simple. So please pay attention. Okay. So initially, let me, I would like to get that particular diagram in the Excel so that what we use it to do that particular work that we want to do. Let me see. This is A is 5, B is 4. Okay, so A is 5. Let me change this. Or let me just draw the same diagram somewhere here. Let me not change it. A is 5. B B is 4, right? And then I think C is 5. And then D and E, okay, on the same lane. D and E on the same lane. This is D. This is E. So 6 and 3. I think the last one somewhere here, which is F is 4. So I have to get the arrow.
Sam, please take note. The F is 4.
Aha, F is 4. Okay, thank you. F is 4. Just like this. Yes. So this is how the diagram looks like. Yes. And then it says what? In each of the what? Of the boxes. Okay. This is the what? Is the this is called what? Earliest start. This is called what? Earliest finish. Okay. This is the activity. And this is the duration. And I was saying this is called what? Latest start. This is also called what? Latest finish. Okay, yes. Earliest start, earliest finish, latest. Okay, yes. Latest start, and then this is what? Latest finish. Okay. Why? Faith left. I think it's the network, eh? I'm coming in a minute. It's up. Maybe a network. Is she back? Let me see. Okay. I think it may be the network. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So we have what? Earliest start, we have what? Earliest finish, latest start, latest finish, and then duration and the activity itself. So we have the activity and the duration right here. So we said we want to do what we call forward pass. Okay, forward pass. That is what we said we wanted to do. So forward pass means what? We are moving in what? In the right what direction? Okay, not the reverse. Okay. So I'm saying forward pass, meaning earlier start. Earlier start of what? Of A. A started from what? From zero. Okay, it can be one, but in the question it's going to stay zero. Okay, so the earlier start for A is going to be zero, right? Aha. So if earlier start finish starts at zero, then meaning what? Earliest finish is going to be 5, meaning it is what? 0 plus this 5 is going to give us what? Earliest finish. But when it starts at 5, it's going to finish at the same time. Okay, so that is for 5. That is for A. So what about V? What about V? Okay, let's have a look at V. So earliest start of what? Of B is going to be what? The earliest finish of what? Of A. Because what? A precedes B. B needed A to finish before it starts. So here becomes 5. Okay. And then the earliest finish of what? Of B is going to be what? 5 plus 4, which is 9. Please, are we getting the trend so soon?
Sorry, but the network is very bad.
The network is poor. Eh?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was thinking we should switch the class to the kind of say Google Meet. I think that would be better, but maybe let's try and let's see whether it becomes better. But I hope we are following.
Yes, please.
Okay, so and then let's come to what? To C also. Okay, so the earliest start for C is going to be the what? The earliest finish of what? Of A. Here becomes also 5, and then here becomes 10. Saying so, you're adding this and this to get 10. Okay, um, D. The earliest start of what? Of D becomes what? The earliest finish of what? Of B. So here becomes 9. And then here becomes what? 9 plus 6 is 15. Okay. So we are doing what? Forward pass. And then the earliest start of what? Of E becomes 10. Okay. Added the what? Earliest finish of what? Of C. And then the earliest finish becomes 13. Please, are we following the trend?
Yes,
Yes. Yes, please.
I'm following the trend.
Okay. And then, aha, so here. So which one is to go first? Okay, here. Which one is to go first? The earliest start. Okay, earliest start of what? Of F. This one says what? Earliest finish. Okay, which one was finished early? Okay, this one was slowed down. This one slowed down. This one, okay, this one slowed down. But this, okay, so the highest number, okay, the highest number you meet among two or three or four, okay, is the what? Is the earliest for start for what? The successor. So here becomes what? 15. This one finished what? Much earlier than what? Than this. This one slowed down. It took what? It took some few what? Right? Yes. And then here becomes what? 19. All right. So we've done what we call, yes,
Please, a question.
Steven. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so please, what if the D and the E had the same?
Yes, then meaning here becomes the same figure for them.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the same figure. But the moment you realize that, so there is one number that is higher than the other, the highest number supposed to fall in.
Okay. And so
Yes.
for all the questions, is it that the A normally starts with 0, or it may be indicated in a question?
The what?
The A, the
The
earliest
A.
start for A,
Yes, earlier starts for A. Yes, it's zero. Yes, it's zero. It's zero.
it's
But
always
sometimes
0.
yes, it's always zero. It's zero. Okay. But
Okay.
maybe just in case it gets stated that maybe one, you can just do it one. Just in
Okay.
case maybe it gets stated that maybe one, you can just make it one. Okay, but always it is zero. It is zero.
Okay. So if that is the case and then it's 1, then it means the earliest starts for A, that is 1, and then the earliest finish for A, that is 5. Will be
Six.
added up. Okay.
Yes, will be added up to six. Yes. So that is how it is. Okay, so that is the forward pass. Okay, so yes, you will let me not rush up. Okay, so that is the same thing we've done. Okay, since you can see we have the same values. Okay, we have the same values as they have. That is the what a forward pass. So let's get to look at the what we call the backward pass. Okay, we have what a backward pass also right from here. So the backward pass is also like that. Okay, so since we started from the front page or from the first activity, we are going to also start from the what? From the last activity. That is the backward pass. Okay. So yes. So we start with the what? With the earliest finish. Okay. So the latest finish is going to be what? The earliest finish. This one also doesn't have any activity. Okay. So here becomes what? 19. Since it was the what? The earliest finish, the last one at all. That's the last one. Last one I hear the okay, so that is going to be what? It's going to be 19. Okay. And then um we having the kind of say latest start. Okay. Latest start. Latest start is also going to be also I mentioned latest start. Okay, this is earliest start. This is earliest start. Earliest finish, latest finish. Earliest start. And then what? Latest finish. All right. But you know one thing, there is what a formula we use for the what? For the backward pass. Okay, let me get the formula for you, but we won't. We're just going to just uh, get it on. Okay, off it. It is not difficult. Okay, it is not difficult for you to get it. Let me get it. I wrote it somewhere. Just hoping I find that book. A minute. Let me find that book. Just want to find this particular one. Just praying I find it. I find this one. And I think I found the book. So I'm getting you the formula for you to look at the backward pass. Um, this. Yes. So if I'm getting it right, okay, I don't think it was even a formula. It was something that I studied. I studied and I realized that that was how it was being done. Okay. Uh-huh. So I realized that's what the um latest what latest start. Okay, latest start becomes the what? The latest start always becomes the latest finish. Okay. Latest start becomes the latest finish for the what? For the previous one. Okay, for the previous activity. Latest start becomes the what? Latest finish for the what? For the previous activity. All right, so you can see latest start for the what? For the successor is always the what? The latest finish. Okay, and let me show baby. Even that there's no formula for this, but that is how I want to just what simplify it. I just looked through and then I realized that is what was done. So latest start of the what? Of the predecessor. Since we are moving back, right? Latest start, okay, latest start, because that is where what we ended. Okay, we ended here. So meaning where you said we ended here, there, then the latest start becomes the what? The latest what? Finish becomes the latest finish for the what? For the predecessor. Okay. So the same thing as you can see from here. Latest start of this becomes the what? Latest finish. Okay. For this. Okay, so if that's the case, then what about the what? The latest start for the what? For the original activity that we are going on reverse on. What about the what? The latest activity. What about the original one that what we are dealing with? Okay, so this particular one, that is where the a formula comes in, okay? A formula comes in here, okay? But just get to know that what always the latest start becomes the what latest finish of the what of the previous activity. But to get the what the the the, the latest start for the what for the first one, okay? To get the what the latest start for the what for the first one, this is how it is going to be, okay? There's a formula that what we put in, okay? And then this is how it goes. Okay. I'm figuring I want to see where I wrote it. I wrote it somewhere. So I want to get it. Okay. I think it is what? It is earlier start minus what? Minus earlier start minus duration. But I want to get it whether it is right. So I have what? Earlier start. Okay. And I have earliest finish. So earliest start of this particular first one. Earliest start of this particular one. And then earliest finish of this particular one. Okay, that becomes 4. And then duration from the original one, that is 7. You know, doesn't work that way. So let me have a look at this one again. I do this. It's 34. No, and that is 4. Okay. So um, minus 6 and minus 2. Just trying to see where I wrote this, and I wrote it somewhere. I think it is what latest finish minus duration. I'm not sure you said that is right. Latest finish minus the duration. Yes. I wrote it somewhere. Okay, I found it. I don't know. You never find the formulas. It's not written anywhere, but I'm like, I'll just look at it. So I don't know. He didn't even write it here, right? I wrote it somewhere that way. It is what? It is latest what? Latest finish. okay, minus the duration, okay, gives you the what? The earliest or late the latest start, okay, it is what? Latest finish minus duration, okay, or is going to give you the what? The latest start. So if you can see from here, latest start minus the duration is giving us the what? Um, latest start, that is 15. Latest start minus what? Duration is giving us what? Latest what? Start. Latest finish minus duration. So yes, so we got it right. Okay, we got it right. So let's get back. Let's get back. Okay, at least just get to know. Okay, it is just like the formula way. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing, but if you get it on your fingertips, it becomes very easy. Okay, so we understand the what? The forward pass. Okay, forward pass. You understand the forward pass. Okay, so the backward pass. Okay, yes. So since this is the latest one, the earliest finish, it becomes the what? The latest finish. Okay, so yes. So how do we find the what? Latest start then? Latest start. Okay, latest start is equal to earliest start. Okay, it is equal to what? Latest is equal to what? Earliest finish minus what? Duration. Okay. So latest start, okay, is equal to what? Earliest finish minus duration, which is going to be what? 15. Okay. Yes. So 15 is what? Is correct. So right now, all right, between this and this, okay, the earliest what? The latest what? The latest start, okay, the latest start is what? Is 15. Okay, the latest start in here is what? Is 15. So meaning automatically the latest what? Finish for what? For both of them is going to be what? 15. And here becomes what? 15 as well. Okay, so we apply the formula to find the latest start for what? Each of these activities. It becomes 15 minus 6. Here becomes 9. And then 15 minus what? 3. Here becomes 12. Okay, so between this and then this, all right. So here the the latest the latest what? Latest finish, okay, latest finish of this particular what? Activity, okay, latest finish of this particular what? Activity is going to be what? Okay, here says was here the what? The earliest start or the what? The earliest finish? I think here is the what? Earliest start. Okay, yes. So the earliest start right here, okay, is going to be right here. Okay, so here becomes what? Here becomes 10. Okay, this becomes what? Becomes 10. Okay, the earlier start of this, okay, here becomes 10. Here becomes 10. So 10 minus what? 5. Here becomes 5. All right, and then here also becomes what? 9, because the earlier start is what is 9. Okay, so we have what? We have 9 right here. If only I'm, no, no, please, you people didn't remind me. Here, I think I said what? We use the what? The latest start, not the what? Not the earlier. If I got it right, I mentioned. I think it is the what? It is the latest start. Yes. Okay. Yes. It is the latest start. It is the latest start. It is not the earliest start. You people didn't remind me. It is the what? It is the latest start, not the what? Earliest start. So it is a down figure rather. And then here becomes what? 7. Okay. So here becomes the latest start is what? Is 9. Okay. So here becomes what? 5. All right. So between this and this, between this and this, okay, just know if it was a forward pass, we would have picked the what? The highest what? Um, the highest figure, okay, of the latest start. But because it is a what? A backward pass, we pick the what? The least what? The least figure. That is what? That is 5. 5. So here becomes 5. Okay. So meaning what? 5 minus 5 is what? Is 0. Okay. So we've also done the what? The backward pass. Okay. This is the what? The backward. This is the what? This is the backward pass. All right. Yes. Please. I hope we are following. Please, are we following? Hey, anyone online? Or you can't hear me?
Yeah, Sam, I can hear you.
Yes, we are following.
Yes.
Yes. So as simple as that. For the last time, okay, forward pass. Okay, yes, we just do that. We add this, we put this right there. We add up, we put this right there. We add up, put it right there. Add up, put it right there, and then that. Backward pass. Okay. Latest what? Latest finish is the what? Is the earliest what? Earliest finish is the same as the what? Latest finish. Okay. And then to find for the what? So the latest start, subtract what? Latest finish minus the duration. Okay, you get this. Okay. So and then latest start is equal to the what? To the latest what? Finish. Okay, of the previous activity. That is what you have to know. Okay. So latest start is what? Is equal to what? Latest finish. So latest start of what? Of zero activity. The zero is the what? Is the first one. And then one is the what? Is the previous. So let me say this is one. This is the what? The zero. Okay, so latest start of this is equal to what? Latest finish of what of this. That is what we are trying to do in here. That is what? Backward pass. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Okay, so we have them, and then what? And then we are right. Okay, we are right for this. Okay, so we have to go and look at the what? Critical path. Okay, critical path is the what? Is the path with the longest duration. Therefore, critical path is what? So let's have a look at it. Critical path. So let's only the duration. Critical path is what? The duration. So we add the durations. Okay, let's look at this. Critical path of this is equal to. Let's look at this. 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 is what? 19. Let's look at the second side. Okay. 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4. So critical path is what? Is the longest path. So which means A, B, D, and F is the critical path. And then you realize that's what? Critical path, the kind of saying, the what? In the table of the order, in the tables of the what? Of the critical path, nothing changed. Look at the values. It is the same thing. It was the same thing. Sometimes it gives you what? An idea. It gives you an idea of the critical path. Nothing changed. Like nothing changed. But look at the other side. You see this figures? Here is 5, here is 7. Okay, here is 10, here is 12. So critical path is the what? Is the longest path. Okay. So let's what? Let's continue. So we have to also look for what we call the what? Total float, okay, or slack, okay. You have to look for what we call the what? Total float or what? Or slack, okay. So here says what? Total float or slack is the amount of time an activity may what? May be delayed without what? Delaying a succeeding what? Activity. It is the amount of time an activity may be delayed without what? Delaying a succeeding what? Activity or the project what? Finish date. Okay, so let's have a look at this. They say the formula, yeah, there's a formula work. The formula is what? Latest start minus what? Early start. Latest start minus what? Earlier start. Okay, that is what it means. Okay, so let's take maybe A. So the latest start, okay, is this. Okay, latest start is what? Is this? No, this is what? Latest finish. So latest start is this. Then earlier start is what? Is this, right? Yeah. So 0 minus 0 is 0. Latest start minus latest finish is 0. Okay, is 0. Okay, is 0. This one is 2. Okay, that is what? 12 minus 10 is 2. And then 7 minus 5 is 2. That is total float. Okay, total float is what? Latest start. So total float is what? Is this particular side. Okay, subtract them. Whatever you get is the total float, float, okay? Or it can be what? Latest finish, okay, minus this one as well, okay? Latest finish. So it's either you subtract this and this, or you subtract what? This and this. You get the same value. So total float. And it says what? Total float or slack is the amount of time an activity may be delayed. It may be delayed without delaying succeeding activity or the project finish date. Okay. So even though there is a what? Total float, meaning what? This activity is going to delay, but it is not going to affect the time that the project should complete. Okay. But assuming that what? Here and here are 0, 0, meaning what? Any what? Any activity or any delay, okay, or affect the project. But because this and this are delays in what? In activities, okay? Anything that what? Uh, Anything that happens, okay, it's not going to affect the project, or it's not going to affect the what? The success of the what? Of the project, or the date, okay? It is what? Just a what? A delay in activity, okay? It is not going to affect what? Any succeeding activity. But at the moment I said they become 0, 0, okay? Any least mistake that's what goes wrong on the project, we won't finish on the what? On the purported date that what we placed on the project. So that is the what? The total float, okay? Total float or the slack, okay? It is what? This particular side, you just subtract them, okay? Latest start minus what? Earliest finish, or latest finish minus what? Earliest start. Any of them, okay? Put it on them, on the top. So no activity on the critical part can what? Have a slack. So as you can see, critical part, there is no slack, okay? Or there is no what? Float on it. So you can see the critical part has what? No slack. Okay. So let's look at what we call what? Free float. Free float is the amount of time activity may what? May be delayed without delaying the what? The earliest start of any succeeding activities, okay? Yes. It is also the what? The amount of time activity may be delayed, but it won't what? Delay the earlier start, okay? Earlier start of what? Of any activity coming, okay? So free float must be less or equal to the total float. Always please take note. Free float is always what? Less than or what? Or it is equal to the what? Total float, okay? It also has a formula, okay? Let me get the formula, okay? It has a formula that what we use. It says what? Earlier start of, yes, let me get it. I think it is a very simple formula. But after we will solve a question on this particular one, precedence. Okay. So you're going to realize that all these formulas comes in. And I think we'll be okay. Because it's the first time what we are doing it. It looks somehow, but it is not difficult. Don't worry, it's not difficult. Okay. Yes. So free float. Okay. Free float is what? Is earlier start. Okay. Earlier start of what? Of um activity one. So if one is there, if assuming this is what? This is activity one, right? This becomes activity zero. Okay. Yes. So assuming this is activity one, so the earliest start, okay, earliest start is what? Is 5. Okay, so earliest start is 5 for what? For activity, let me say activity 2. But let me say, I'll represent it as what? As E, as what? As ES1. I want to write something like this. I want to tell you like this. That is how I wrote the formula. Okay. So maybe you may get it from what I'm doing. Um, so earlier start. Okay. Earlier start of activity one. Okay. Minus what? Earlier start of what? Activity zero. Okay. Yes. Minus what? Duration. Okay. Minus the duration of the original activity. That is what activity one. Okay. Yes. This is what I'm trying to put up in here. So this is what? Assume this is activity one, activity zero. So the earliest start of this is what? Is 5. Okay. And then the earliest start of activity zero is what? Activity zero is what? Is 0. So 5 minus Hey, at this time, please a minute. Um, so, sorry about that. Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please, can anybody hear me?
Yes, Sam, I can hear you.
Aha, okay. Thanks very much. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Okay, free flow. Okay, total float and then what? And then the free float. Okay, so we are doing the free float. So as I'm saying, this is the what? The earliest start. Okay, earliest start is what? This what? Minimum. That is what? Earliest start of all the processor. Activity given activity. Okay, and then minus earliest start of the what? Of the given activity. Okay, minus the what? The duration. So this is what? 5. Okay, the earliest part of what? Of this one is what? Is 0, right? So 5 minus 0 is what? Is 5, right? Okay, and then the duration of what? Of this one is also what? 5. So meaning what? We get the frequency of what? Of 0. Okay, here, it is 0 because there is nothing here. When I say, I kind of say, the earliest start is what? It's already what? It's already, the earliest start is already 0. Okay, it is already 0. Okay, so here nothing like 0. Here is 0. The first of them all is what is 0. You can't have more than what? More than total float. Just know that what you can't have a value of free float more than the total float. It should be less than or equal to the what? Total float. Okay, so see this. Here we have 5. Okay, minus 5 minus 0 is 5. Okay, and then here we have what? A duration of 4. A duration of 4. Okay, I think there is something wrong. There's something wrong. Let me have a look at it very well. Okay, so here is what? Earlier start is 5. Okay, earlier start is 5. And then here, earlier start is what? Earlier start is what? Is 0. okay, is 0. So here we have what? Free float. Okay, yeah, duration is 4. Duration is 4. So why here? Why here 0? Okay, if it should be 0, then I understand. Because it says that what? Free float must be what? Less than or what? Equal to total float. Okay, okay, fine. Let's move on. Let's look at this particular one. Okay, let's look at this particular one. But I want to see something. Either it is this or that. Okay, I'm sure we. This is what? This is 9. This is 5. Okay, 9 minus 5 is what? Is 4. Right? Okay, okay, okay. I've 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 come to what? I've come to realization. Okay, the total float and then the what? The free float. Okay, it is in what? In forward pass. Okay, we don't do it in backward pass. Please take note. It is in what? In forward pass, not in backward pass. It is in forward pass. Okay, so it's this way. Earlier start. Okay, of this. Okay, and then this. Okay, so this one becomes what? It becomes 5. Okay, so it is 5 minus 0 is what? Is 5. So 5 minus 5 is what? Is 0. We have here. Okay, so we have what? Earlier start of this is 5. Earliest what? Start of this is 0. Okay, 5 minus 5 is what? Is 0. So we take this. Earliest start of this is what? Is 5. Let's start of what? Is 9. So 9 minus 5 is what? 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 4 is what? Is 0. Right? So earliest start of what? Of this is what? Is 5. Earliest start of what? Of this is 10. 10 minus 5 is what? Is 5. 5 minus 5 is what? Is 0. Okay? Earliest start of what? Of this is 9. Earliest start of what? This is what? 15. 15 minus 9 is what? Is 6. 6 minus 6 is what? Is 0. Earliest start of what? Of this is 10. Earliest start of this is what? Is 15. 15 minus 10 is what? Is 5. Okay? 5 minus 3 is what? Is 2. And then that is that. Earliest start of what? Of this is 15. Okay, yes. And then there is no particular what? Activity. Okay. Earliest start of this is what? Is 15. Let's assume earliest start of the what? Next activity is what? Is, everyone say it is what it is. 0. Then let's assume it is what? It is 0 because we don't really have what? Anything like that. Okay, let's assume earliest what? Start of that is what? Maybe even say 19 cry. Even have 4. Okay, 4 minus 1 is what? Is 0. So here is what? The same thing. Please, I hope we follow to this particular point. We'll do a question also. Please follow. Just get the what? Just get the whole thing. Say, okay. So then it is a trend. It is a trend that you have to follow. Okay, forward pass, backward pass, total float, then free float. Okay, yes. So I said the formula now. That is what I wrote. That is what I generated when I was doing this. This is what activity one, right? This is what the EX one. I'm not sure I say. So the one in front is the what? Is the EX one. The ES one is the what? Is the one in front. Okay, like this ES one. ES0 is the what? Is the original activity. Okay, so here should be what? D0 rather. Okay, D0. All right, that is the formula, and then you'll be able to do it. Please, I hope we are together.
Yes, we are together, but this calculation is complicated.
Yes, that's we'll get it right. Don't worry. Let's go to the next one. We'll get it right. We'll get it very right.
Okay,
I'll get it very right. So let's
I'm trying to see if I can see the pattern.
okay.
But
So
we'll see it.
let's use this question for the pattern. Um, let's go and do this by ourselves. Okay. For the it says what? Draw a precedence network diagram using the data below and show earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish, total float, the vertical part. So let's go and do it. So let me take this one also to where we were.
I'm having a strong feeling this will be exams question.
Exactly. That is what I also felt like. Because of how trickish it looks like, a little bit complicated. And then there's only one, like it comes. It's a 20-mark question. Okay. Oh, it shows up as one. 20 marks question. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I also have that particular feeling for exams question. Okay, if not the same, maybe just change the figures and there's some things in it. But I feel like it will show up. Feel like it will show up. So this is PMAO. Hey Matthew, are we online? Matthew. Okay, let me insert it right here. Yes. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so let's draw the diagram. Okay, we put this right here. So this one says what? A has a duration of what? 3. And then we put what? B has a what? B has a duration of 4. Okay, and then A precedes C. So let's have something like this. Again in here, add a dot. A C precedes what? Then we have 2 here. So let me get the arrow. Where can I get this arrow? Yes. And then B precedes D. Okay, B precedes D. Um, so D has a 5. And then C precedes E. C precedes E. So I think here. So I have this also in here. And then I have E, right? And then I have 1. Let me play this one. And then C precedes F. So C precedes what? F. So I think we have to get 1 here. Then I think we have to take this one up here. Like that, maybe somewhere here. Yes. This is F. That is 2. And then we have DE precedes Jane. DE precedes Jane. So let me put Jane here. Jane somewhere here. Jane 4. DE. and then and then uh, and then we have what? FJ precedes H. FJ, FJ, okay. FJ precedes what? H, okay. So I think I can push for this one up here. Okay. Let me just put it back a little bit. Put it right here. This will be better. FJ precedes what? H. So let me just put this one here. That is that is that is E. FJ precedes what? H. Okay. Yes. So please, I hope we are clear with the diagram.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's go on. It says what we should. Let me drag this. Okay. Let me just push it back. It says we should do what? Draw the precedence diagram using the data below and showing earlier start. Okay. Earlier start. Okay. Here is what is zero. Just no. So here becomes what? 3. Right? And then here becomes what? 3. Here becomes what? 7. Alright. Here becomes 7. And then here becomes 12. Yes. And let's do this one. Here becomes 3. And here becomes what? Here becomes 5. And then here becomes 5. Okay, here is 6. And then here becomes what? 5. Here becomes 7. So between this and this, which one do you think we should pick?
12.
Yes, 12. So we put 12 here. And then we put what? 16 here. And then between this and this, I think we put 16, right? 16. And then here
Yeah.
becomes what? 19. Alright, so we've done the what? The earliest start. And then the what? The um, earliest finish. Earliest start, earliest finish. So we have to do the what? The latest start and then the latest finish. That is the what? Back pass. Okay, backward pass. So here becomes what? 19. Since what? This is what? Equal to this. Okay? Yes. That becomes what? 19. Okay, and then and with this particular one, okay, this particular one, it says what? Um, this minus this. Okay, this minus this is going to give us 16. Okay, so just know that the back pass, okay, backward pass, okay, looking for the latest start is what? Is the looking for the what? For the uh, latest start, okay, latest start is what? Latest finish minus the duration. Okay, latest finish minus the duration. Okay, so that is what I've done. This one. So just know your call around this year say yeah, we start from the back. And then 90 minus 3. This minus this gives us this. Okay, so we have this. And then this automatically becomes what? This, right? And this. Okay. So here becomes what? 16. Okay. So just know that's what. Latest finish is equal to what? Latest start. So latest start of so um latest start of what? Of activity one is the latest finish of what? Activity zero. Okay, the same way. So here becomes what? 16. So 16 minus 4 is what? Is 12. And then here, um 16 minus 12 is what? Is is 16 minus 12. Okay, 16 minus 12 is going to be 14.
Minus two.
Minus 2. Minus 2 is what? Is 14. Okay, yes. 16 minus 2 is what? It's 14. That is what we have right here. Okay, we have 16, we have this, we have that. Okay, and then, um, come in a minute. And then here, let's look at this and this. Here, so here is 12. All right, so here becomes 12. And then here becomes what? 12. Okay, 12 minus 5 is 7. And then 12 minus 1 is what? 11. Okay, and then we have what? We have this and this right here. Okay, we have what? We have this and that. So this is 11, this is 14. So which one do you think we'll pick? Between this and this one, do you think we'll pick? For the what? For
We
the
pick 11.
we'll pick 11, yes. So we'll pick 11. 11 minus 2 is what? That's 9. So we have what? We have 9 right here. And then this. Okay. So we have 7. Okay. 7 minus 4 is what? It's 3. Okay. And then we have what? 3. Okay. We have 3. 3 minus 2 is what? Is 0. Okay. That is what we have here. So we have done with the what? With the backward pass. Done with the backward pass. We can see, yes. So let's look at it. But please, I hope we're following. I hope we're following.
Yes, Sam, we are following.
All right. So let's look for the what? Critical path. Hey, total float. There is total float. Now, so the total float is what? Is latest start minus what? Earliest start. Okay. So this and this. Total float is going to be equal to 0. You can sort out this and this or this and that. It's the same thing. Okay. So this one is going to be total float is equal to 0. This and this. Total float is going to be 6. Right? Total float is going to be 6. This and this is the same thing. So just total float is going to be 6. Subtract this from this, the same thing, 6. Total float.
Sam, a minute. How are you getting the total float?
Subtract earliest what? Latest start from what? Earliest start. Or latest finish from what? Earliest finish. Any of them will give you the value. So look at this. This minus this
Okay.
is 0. This minus this is 6. This minus this is what? Is 6. The same thing. All right. So this minus this is 6. And it's also 6. So it's the same thing. So any of them will give you the total float. The total float is equal to here. I think here is going to be is it 9? Yes, 9. 9. If I'm right, 9. And then here, total float is going to be 0. You can see. And then here, total float is going to be what? 0. Please, I hope we are clear. I hope we are clear.
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, so the question didn't ask for free float, but let's look for free float. Okay, so free float is equal to earliest start minus what? Earliest start. Okay, this is what? 3. 3 minus 3 is what? Is minus the duration, so 0. So free float for this is going to be equal to what? Earliest start is this, earliest start is this. So 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 minus 4 is what? Is 0. All right, so free float for this is equal to what? Earliest start and then okay, earlier start. Yeah, the same thing. All right. So meaning 5 minus 3 is what? Is 2. 2 minus 2 is what? Is 0. Okay. So Free float of this is equal to what? Earliest start is what? Is 12. And then earliest start is 5. 12 minus 5 is 7. 7 minus 1. So you see, so this is what? 12 minus 5. Okay, 12 minus 5. And then 12 minus 5 is what? It's 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. So you see that's what? Free float is equal to total float, as I said. So free float can be what? More than or total float. It should be less than or equal to total float. I mean, that is, we proved that it is correct. We proved it is correct. So free float is equal to what? Is equal to earliest start. 60 minus 5 is, I think it's 11, right? 11 minus 2 is 9. So that's correct. So this is correct, right? So free float, okay, for this is going to be 0. Okay, so that's the last one, is 0. Total float is 0, then it should be 0. Automatically it should be 0. Okay, because if we take earlier start from here, okay, let's start it from here. We don't have any what additional activity that is coming from what, from behind. Okay, just subtract what, 19 from 16. Okay, and then we will be having maybe around maybe even 3 minus 3 is 0. It's the same thing. Okay, it is the same thing that what that we are having. Okay,
Sam, we have two left.
yes, we have to. Okay,
D and then G.
so free float is equal to 12. This is 16. Right, 16 minus 12 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. And then free float is equal to 7. This is 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 8 minus 5 is what? Is 0. So we didn't do total float for this. Then it becomes 0. Total float for this is 7 minus 7 is 0. So yeah, so we've done total float. We've done free float for all of them. Okay. The next one says you should find for the what? For the critical part. And I think right now you can talk about the critical part. So look at the critical part. You can tell. Who can tell me without not calculating anything? Who can tell me the critical part? Just look at it. Without no calculation. Critical part
I
is the
think
part
the,
that is
the
not calculated.
critical part is at the top.
Exactly. So the top, because what? All of them have the total float as
Strategy.
0, 0, 0, 0.
exactly. So that is
And what's critical part? What's critical part?
critical part is the what? Is the longest what? Is the longest duration of the project. So look at this. Critical part is for this. Okay, if I calculate the duration, 3 plus what? Oh shit. If I put this equal to what? 3 plus um 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 is giving us what? 19. So let's look at the second part. We use what? 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3, 13. Let's look at the last one. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. So critical part is the what? Is the longest part. That is what? A, B, D, J, and H. That is the what? The critical part. Are we together?
So how will the answer be like?
So you're going
If
to
you have
write
to answer.
critical part. Okay, is equal to what? A plus B plus D plus J plus what? 8. And then what? You put there what the answer. CP is equal to what? 19. That is the answer. Right.
There's nothing like 19 months or 19 weeks. It's just 19.
Oh, okay, 19 weeks. Okay, 19 weeks. Okay. The question, 19 months. Okay, months. Okay, the question says what? Months. So I hope we are clear. We are clear with this. So that is how easy it is, but a little bit confusing. Okay, when you don't know your way around it. When I started with this, I think it was a little bit what? Complicated. Yes. Because there was no formula anywhere. Okay, I wasn't really getting what anything in anywhere like that. I just have to just what look at it very, very, very well, critically. I realized that is what they were doing. But I don't think the lecturer touched on something like this. Did he? I don't think. Maybe I wasn't thinking like that. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. So this was one of the questions. All right. Let's move on with our slide. Okay. Oh, what's happening? Yes. Oh, okay. So we were right. Oh la la, we were right. So we did something right, something better. Yes. So that is that. 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 Okay. So this was the solution to the assignments we just did, and then yes, we were right. I didn't even know it was even here.
But how do you choose the
So
boxes
Sam,
to calculate?
Yes, Bruno, you said what? Come again.
How do you choose? How do you know this as the boxes or maybe the letters you are supposed to add to get the month?
The letters you're
You
supposed to
chose
get at
A, yeah. You chose A, B, D, G, H. Why are you not
yes.
choosing like?
So I did for the theory. So it moves this way. One, it moves the arrow moves this way till this. So when you add them, just check whether it is having a maximum number. You can also choose this way. Arrow move this way, move that way, move this way, move that way. You can calculate that one too and see. Arrow moves this way, move this way, move that way. Click to and see. So the one that gives you the what? The highest figure is the what? Is the critical part. I hope it's clear.
Uh, yeah, very
Yeah.
clear. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So Mr. is saying, you're saying something.
yeah, I wanted to say by glancing through, what you have to do is to use the TF equal to 0 to see
Yes.
the path, right?
Exactly. So again, Bruno, we can use the
Okay.
what? The total float. Okay. The one that total float is on. Okay. To tell that is the critical part, because critical part is not affected by what? By any what? Any floating activity. Okay. So the TF at the critical part, you can tell. Okay. That is the very quicker way to tell the what? The critical part. Okay. So let's move on. So we have what? Another assignment. Should I leave you guys for you to do this? This is a little bit, but let's do it together. Let's do it together. This is a very big. So I feel like this is an exams question. Yes, that's an exams question. This particular assignment, you won't find the solution anywhere. To be frank with you, you won't find it anywhere. You can search everywhere, you won't find it. I feel like yes, I feel like this is an exams question, but I solved it. So let's do it. Let's do it and let's see. Since you're now abreast of the concept. Let's do this is what 19 marks. 19 marks. All right. So let's see. Sample exams question. Just place it as sample exams question, but I tell you, we might find this particular question right there. This particular question, I feel like we will find it. But let's try it. Let's try this. So let me. I think we can take this one right there. Um, copy image. Right. Let's get down here. Okay. And then let me see whether we can get the other ones. This one can be just copied. Okay.
Sam, did you check up on Faith? Since she left, she's still not back yet.
You said who? Who?
Faith.
Uh, I'm sure she's tired. Maybe she has gone to sleep. But since I'm recording, so when she comes, she'll look at it. Yeah, she'll look at it.
Okay.
This one, the question. Maybe we should draw the what? Precedence network diagram. Should determine the critical path and then the float on the critical path. Okay. So let's have a look at it. This is a little bit complex project, but we'll do it. I'm saying you won't find the answer anywhere. This question, la. What do we say? You won't find the answer anywhere. Okay. It's been long, but still, I never saw the answer anywhere. But let's do it. Okay. So says what? A precedes what? A starts first, okay? A precedes Okay, so that you see, so you see how it has. So Mr. Steven, so you see what it has written here. So I mean they all start at zero, right? Steven, you are with us. You are with us.
Yes, please, I'm here.
Yeah. So this is zero. Okay, so that is the initial point. Okay, that is zero. So when we have this, um, we have this, right? So say that for A here, and then we have what? We have three. Okay, so say so. B precedes A. A starts, okay, and then A precedes B. So A precedes B. So let me just put maybe B here. Um, B is B rather is three, or maybe yes. Oh, B is six. Okay, B is six, and it says what? B precedes what? C and F. Okay, B precedes what? C and F. Before I come for the arrows, let me just draw the boxes. Okay, this is what C. C is what? C is 8, and then C is 8, F is 4, F is 4, yes. So, and then we have um, B precedes I. So I think, let me take this in the middle. So B precedes what? I. Okay. So I, and then I is 11. All right. And then FC precedes J. FC precedes J. So let me see. After FC, then it will FC, and then C precedes something again. So FC precedes J. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me just put it J here. And let me see. Let I make the diagram look. Okay. So FC precedes J. Let me just put that one here. J. So all of this while it was Faith network. Oh. Me, I thought she was asleep. Oh. So it was a network. Oh. Hey, then the network and then the above run the pa. Maybe then tomorrow we will use the what? The Google Meet. Maybe it is a reason why. It is a reason why maybe people are going
Some
on
have you
and
closed the class?
no, we are still on. So meaning all of
Oh,
this while it was the network.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. 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 So
I even
J
made someone give me hotspots, but
is that what? Is that?
I made someone give me hotspots.
Hey, like seriously,
And
before.
yeah,
Hey, okay, 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 okay. Then tomorrow, then today when we come again, we will use the Google Meet. Maybe the Telegram is not maybe with the network. I don't know why, but or is the network? But we're using MTN.
yeah, I'm using them. I'm even using the X Waterfall, the VPN.
Eh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you should use it. Oh, you should use it direct. It should
Is
work.
that?
Oh, because I'm also using MTN direct.
Yes,
It's working without the VPN.
I'm also using MTN Direct without the VPN. So maybe you can disconnect the
Mm,
VPN and let's see. Yes, check is fine. Oh.
I'm
Let's
com-
stay on. Okay.
I'm
Okay. So let's continue. Okay. Bruno, I see. So we have what G having this, but let's connect from here. Okay. When we've gotten to our like us to just connect. Okay. Just want to have this. and then this and that. Okay, yeah, I think so far that is what we've done. Yes, C and F precedes what? Um, yes, J. And then C precedes D. C precedes D. Okay, C precedes D. So C precedes D. So D is N, and then um, okay. Then D precedes E.
D is one.
Yes, D precedes.
You wrote it.
Please, you said come again. Nobody saying something. Come again.
Is D not one? Check again. D. You wrote
D is
10. I think it's one. Check.
D is 10. It is E is 1.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, so E is 1. So J precedes H. J precedes H, which is 8. J precedes H. And then we have HE precedes J. HE, J, which is what? Which is 6, right? Yes.
So
And
Sam,
then,
I have a question.
yes,
You see, the way like we are doing it, and then maybe
yes.
if this is supposed to come in a question, the way it's long, how will you do it if it's not maybe everything is not fitting on one line on the exam
Everything
paper?
is not written on one line.
Yeah. Are you supposed to tell the
Maybe,
paper?
yeah, maybe you have to turn it. Maybe you have to turn
Yes,
it
I
in a
would
way that,
advise you turn it to use a
yes,
landscape.
yes,
Okay,
exactly, exactly,
okay. Alright.
exactly. And then we have JE, okay, JE,
And also one advice, the lecturer said before you do this on your raw answer sheet, you have to do the rough work
exactly,
on a paper
exactly,
so that you not be cancelling here and there.
exactly. That's true. So we have what? JE. So let me just put maybe, uh, this is E, right? This is E. So let me assume maybe this is what? This is E, right from here. Okay. So it says for JE, we have to also get something like 1 here. Okay. So JE, K, we get a K. No, K, K has what? Has 3. K has 3. Okay. Yes, so like that. Yes. So this is how the whole diagram is what? It's looking like. Okay. This is how the whole diagram is looking like. All right. So right now we have the diagram, okay, and then it says that we should what? We should determine the critical path duration and the float on the critical path. Okay. So even from here we can do the critical path. We can do the calculations. Okay. Um let's do the calculation. Critical path is equal to what? So maybe if you don't want to maybe uh go the other way, okay, you can maybe try out. All right. Maybe you can try them out one by one, but if you want to maybe do it quickly, you can do the total float thing. Okay, you can get them. Yes, 37. So I think, okay, let's try the second one. Equal to what? 3 plus what? 6 plus what? 4 plus what? 3 plus 6. So we have what? 33. We can tell that the critical part method is what? It's moving upward. Okay. But 11th one, let's do that one. We have what? We have 3 plus what? We have 6. We have plus what? Plus 8 plus what? Plus 3. Okay. Plus 8 plus what? Plus 6 plus what? Plus 3. Yes. So I think we also have what? 37. 37. So meaning what? Using what? This, that, and then this. But how come we are having 37 twice? Is the calculation correct? Let me see.
Sam, I think
The,
the third one you got it wrong. So
Yes.
it is from the 3, 6, and then 11.
11.
Let me see. So 3, 6, 8. Ah, I think,
But the 11 is like a dangling activity.
okay, let me see.
Why are you going to connect the 11 for?
Yeah, the 11 is dangling.
Yes, it's dangling, so it's not part. But it's not part of it. So, okay, so I use 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let me see this one. Okay, I think mine is this one. Okay. And then this, we have that, even the top one. Yes, and then we still have 37. Oh, so meaning, okay. Critical part is what? It's 37. Okay, let me confirm. I saw this question. Yes, question. So I use what? A, B, C, G, H, J, K. That is 37. 37 was correct, right? It was correct. Let me see. 3 plus 6, 9, plus 4, 13. No. 3 plus 6, 9, plus 8, 17, plus 3, 20, plus 8, 28, plus 6, 34. Oh, that is correct. Okay, so I think they are correct too. So the critical method are two. Okay, the two of them. But I think you let's do the float on before we can tell which one we are picking out. Okay, so let's go. Let's do the what? Forward pass. All right. Forward pass. Here is what is 0. Okay, since it said that what we start at what at 0. So here becomes 3. Okay, here becomes 3. Here becomes 9. Okay, and then here becomes 9. Here becomes 17. Here becomes 9. Here becomes 13. And then here becomes 9. Here becomes what? 20. So here becomes 17. Here becomes 27. Here becomes 17.
20.
Yeah, so
Okay,
here
70.
becomes
Okay, 70.
20 here. And then here becomes 27. And here becomes 28. And then here becomes 20. And then here becomes 28. And then here becomes 28. Then here becomes 34. Here becomes 34. Here becomes 37. So the last figure should always tell you the original figure of the critical part. If you don't get the last figure, critical part, meaning you are wrong. No matter what, you are wrong. Just know, in all the assignment that we've seen, let me give you a clue. Assignment that we've done so far. Look at something. This last figure, the critical part. Okay, when I get back, the last figure, the critical part. So always take note. The last figure that's what you get on the assignment is the what? Oh, why? It's fitted. Okay, so the last figure that's what you are seeing right there after doing the forward pass. Okay, doing the forward pass is the critical part. You don't have to. Okay, please a minute. Okay, a minute. I'll be back. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. So let's continue. All right. So we've done the forward pass. Let's do the backward pass. Here becomes what? 37. Okay. 37 minus 3 is what? Is 34. Okay. 7 minus 3 is 34. All right. And then here becomes 34. Okay. Or this 34. 34 minus 6 is 28. Okay. Yes. So we are here. We are here. This is what? 28. This is also what? 28. Yes, 28 minus 1, 27. 28 minus 8 is 20. Okay? And then we are here. This is what? This is 20. 20 minus 3 is 17. And then here is 27. Okay. 27 minus 10 is 17. Okay, so we are here. This is the same thing. This is the same thing. This is 20. This is what? This is 9. 9. This is the same thing. And then here. Okay. Yes. We are here. This is only matched to this. This is 17. 17 minus 4. 17 minus 4 is what? Let's 13, right? 13.
Yeah, 13.
Exactly. So that is where we know where the critical part is now. So this and this is 17. So 17 minus 8 is 9. So that is what makes us realize that the critical part is the top one. Or even though the second one was 37, but the top one will justify the critical part. Yes. So you see how the question is. Maybe if you calculate, if you don't solve it this way, and then you calculate and then you think maybe critical part, you get 0. You get 0. Even though the figure is correct, but the lane, the what? The symbols is selected. Maybe A, B, C, E, F. You are wrong, but the number is correct. Okay, so that's why I said this question is what? A very tricky question. If you don't do it this way, meaning what? That is it. You are off. All right.
Sam,
So
you said the
yeah,
critical part is the one up.
yeah. So I will tell you why it is a one up. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have what? We have 9, we have 13, we have 9. So which one do you think we'll pick?
9.
9, yes, we pick 9. So 9 minus 6 is what? It's 3. So we have what? We have 3. So we have what? 3 minus 3 is what? Is 0. This is 0. Alright. So it says what? Critical part, okay? And then float. Let's do the total float, okay? Total float is equal to total float is equal to 0. Total float is equal to what? 0. Okay. Total float is equal to 0. Total float is equal to 30 minus 9 is what? Is
4.
4. Right? 4, yeah. It is 4. And then this is total float is equal to 0. Uh-huh. So we are seeing why. So total float is equal to 0. Total float is equal to 0. And then here, total float is equal to what? 0. And then here, total float is equal to what? 0. Here, total float is equal to what? 0. Total float is equal to what? 0. Free float, okay, is equal to 0. Free float is equal to 34 minus 28. Add a 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So free float is equal to 20 minus 28, 8. 8 minus 8 is what? Is 0. Free float is equal to 17 minus 20. 3. 3 minus 3. 3 minus 3 is what? 3 minus 3 is 0. Right, again in there. We can have a look at it. So free float for this is equal to what? 27 minus 17 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Free float for this is equal to how how do you know it's right? How did you know it's right? 28, 34, minus 28. I think we've done okay, we've done this. Okay. So 28 minus 27 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Right? And then here, free float. Okay, I think we've done it for this. And then we've done it for this. We've done this for this. Um total float. So free float for this. For this is 0. So free float for this is equal to um let's see, this is the 17 minus 9.
2. 2.
17 minus 9.
6.
No,
Or
8.
7. 8. 8.
8 minus 4 is 4.
4.
Yes. So free float is equal to 9. 17 minus 9 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Yes. And then free float. 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. Free float is equal to 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Yes, so we have all of them. Okay, so let's look at the critical part. Okay, so initially we had what? We had A, and then we had what? We had B, we had C, we had G, we had E. Okay, we had E, we had what? J and K. We had what? J, and K for this. And the second one, okay, second one, we had what? We had A, we had D, um, we had what? We had F, we had what? J, we had H, we had J, and then we had K. And the third one, okay, we had what? We had A, we had B, we had um, we had C, and then we had J, okay, and then we had what? E, we had J, and then we had K, okay. But the first one and then the last one are all giving us what? 37. But the reason why the critical part is what? Is the first one is that total float on a particular routine is 0. See, total float A, B, C, D, E, J, F is 0. Meaning what? Any delay in activity is not going to what delay the project. Okay, but look at the the last one. We have what? We have A, we have what? B, we have what? C, we have uh J, okay, yes, we have J, and then we have, oh, I think, yes, that one too is correct. So meaning that the floats, they're all correct. The floats are all correct. And the critical part, they're all correct. They're all 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, meaning so the critical part is what is 2. It's 2. Okay, it's 2 for this particular project. So they're all correct. But I thought maybe we would have gotten one. Yes, I thought we would have
Sam,
gotten,
after,
yes,
after the J,
after
why
the
is it not H but E? The second
after the
37.
so we have what? We have 8. Okay, okay, okay. So we have 8. We have 8. Thank you. We have 8.
Okay.
H, J, and then K. Yeah, I typing mistake. So in the critical part, there are what? There are 2. A, B, C, D, E, J, K. A, B, C, D, H, J, K. So there are 2. Okay, and then they are all correct. They are 2, and then they are all also correct. So that's the critical part of the question. So this only for 10 marks. So if you do this, so you see how tirelessly it is. You have to cross-check and cross-check and cross-check and do this for 10 marks. Yes. So that is question 1. Question 2 says what?
Sam,
Critically
what I've noticed is also the difference between the 37 and 33 is 4. And you can
is
account the 4 from TF4
the TF4. Yes,
at,
these are
at,
these
at
are
F. Yeah.
yes. It's true. That's the only difference. It's true. That's the only difference. The only difference. It's true. It's true. If not, I think this one too would have joined them. Right. That's interesting. Okay, so question 2 says what? Critically evaluate how getting to know the float on a schedule network diagram could be asset to the project manager. Okay, and then this one says what? If you determine the critical path and duration and then why, so and so. Critically evaluate how getting to know the float on the yes. So knowing the float, I said that's what floats help us to determine. Okay, it helps us to know the what activities that can be delayed on the project without what delaying the successfulness of the project. Okay, so in here, okay, in here, knowing the critical part, okay, critical part has what has no float, which means a delay in what inactivity is going to cause the project to fail or to not what complete on the time that what was supposed to be what to be meant to complete. Project was supposed to complete in maybe 37 weeks. If there is any additional activity, okay, it is going to delay the project. Maybe we'll move it to what 39 weeks or maybe 40 weeks. But if what here, if you look at this particular float, okay, this particular one that has the four total float as 4, okay. Any delay, on the what? Any delay of what activity, okay, within the what the project is not going to what affect the what the project's successfulness. It means even though it can delay the project, it is going to it is a delay in activity, but it is not going to affect the project, okay, because it doesn't have what any what direct effect on the project, even though it is a delay, okay. But if it was to be on the critical part, then meaning it is going to what delay the project, and then the project is not going to complete on time. So that is how, okay, it is going to what affect the project, okay. But in here to knowing the float, it helps what kind of saying it helps project what managers also know, okay, the type of what I'm coming. I think I wrote somewhere. Let me read it. So I wrote it this way that I can get it, okay. Yes, so uh, the float on the critical part, okay, is 0 as I've read, okay. This means that any delay in an activity on the critical part will delay the project completion date, okay. What? Why am I saying that? Okay, float indicate the amount of leeway a project manager has for scheduling on critical part activities. Okay, activities with what large float can be delayed to some extent without what impacting the project completion date. This allows the project manager to what schedule these activities around what resource availability. And then two, okay, by identifying the critical part, the project manager can focus their efforts on monitoring and managing the critical activities. Delays in these activities will have the biggest impact on the project schedule. Okay. And then three, to manage what risks. That's what, hey, maybe this particular activity is not important and I want to put it in this particular. I want to have what risks. Okay. Float can be used to help identify and manage project risks. Activities with little or no float are more susceptible to causing what delays if problems arise. And then four, resource allocation. That is, knowing the float can help the project manager allocate resources for effectively. Critical part activities may require more resources to ensure they are completed on time, while activities with large float may have their resources allocated to critical part activities if needed. So that is the evaluation, okay? That is the evaluation. One, to what? To manage risks. Two, allocate resources. Three, to focus on what critical activities. And then four, to identify what scheduling or flexibility. So when you explain, that is what for 9 marks. So that is that for what for this particular what exams question. Okay, yes, that is the answer this particular what exams question. All right. So changes to what the critical part. Okay, you have techniques for what for make. You have any question? Anybody has any question?
Yes, Sam, I wanted to ask, all of this is under um, time/schedule, right?
Yes. Time/slash schedule. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So techniques for what shortening schedules. Okay, crashing activities. So okay, you can crash what activities is what with higher float. Okay, you just crash them off. You can fast track activities. Okay, yes, but just know that for fast tracking activities has also what disadvantage. You rush and rush and rush and rush, and then maybe you miss a detail, meaning other. Okay, and then updating the critical part. Okay, continually update project schedule information to meet time goals for a project. The critical part can change as you enter actual start and finish date. If you know the project completion date will slip, negotiate with project sponsor. Okay, if you know that project completion date is going to maybe has a little bit delay, just let them know. Okay, so that they know that okay, we agree that we want you to take it on this particular date. Just project management network on the right track. Okay, fast tracking almost results in what increased rates. Okay, and then you must ask yourself questions: probability of producing with expected benefit, resource availability and complexity, buy-in. Is everybody on board? Is everybody on board? Like, are we all on the same platform? Okay, are we all in the same direction? Then can the project manager manage it? Okay, so that is to be on the right track. Okay, for the time. Okay, everybody must be on board. The project manager must take it upon himself to manage everything that comes. Okay, and then there should be resource availability, and then the probability of producing a certain benefit should also be considered. So that is that for what? For time or what schedule management. That is that for time or schedule management. Okay. So I want to see where have we gotten to so far? We are on what? 207. Where are we? 207. So we are left with about 100 and more pages to complete this particular term. Almost 100 and what? 100 and maybe 80 something pages. So this is only lecture 7. But I think it will end on lecture 9 or 8 because he said, I think the message today I saw the class rep saying was like the exams, whatever he needs in the exams has been done already. And I think he did the whole thing to lecture 8. If you remember, you guys, lecture 8B, if you remember that, that was the last lecture that he did in class. Okay, that is lecture
Yeah,
8B. That was, yes,
the cost and companies,
exactly,
authentic calculations.
exactly, on the cost. Okay, so we didn't do the quality. We didn't do the quality um, uh, management. We didn't do the quality management. Okay, so this was just what lecture 7. Okay, lecture 7 is what it's now down. Okay, so I think we'll have what, lecture 8 to work on. Okay, lecture 8. Let me see. 207. Yes, let me see. Lecture 8. So this is what um yes, lecture 8 is this one. Kokomo. Yeah. Okay, this is the last one. So it means that Kokomo and those guys are part of the what? Of the schedule management or the time management. Okay, so which particular one? Is it are they A and B? I want to know whether these guys are A and B. This let's see something. Let me see. Are these guys what? A and B or what? Um this is precedence, okay. Okay, that's part one, part two, part three. So project schedule. Schedule management is what? Lecture 5, 6, and 7. Okay, before what? Before 8A and then what? And then 8B. Okay, I see. So meaning what? We've done what? Uh, we've done this and then we've done that. Left with what? This particular one. Okay, project what? Schedule management. That is what part. Let me see if I'm right. Yes. Oh no, that is what? Cost. So what's happening? What's happening? Okay, no. It should be this other. Yes. That's the 48 page slide. Yes. It's this one. It's this one. Okay. Yeah, so I think we have one more slide on the what? Schedule management to work on before we do what? So we have 3 slides, okay? 3 slides three slides to work on. Okay. Yeah, so I think we should end here. And then today when we come, we'll come and work on the what? The 3 of them. So that what we complete. Okay. What do you think? Yeah, what do you guys think? Hey, anyone around? Hey, oh, you guys can't hear me, and I'm muted. Or the network. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hey, another network. Mr. Hussein, can you hear me? Steven, can you also hear me? I think there's something wrong somewhere. I don't know. I'm not hearing from any of you. I don't know whether you guys are hearing me. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that what? Okay, since we are done with what today's business, and we will come back again. Okay, later in the evening, and then what we'll come and what finish up with a what with the lecture 7, C, lecture 8A, and lecture 8B. Okay, so we meet again. The name is Kwame A Plus, and I'm out. Watch out, peace, shalom. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.